Hey everyone, I know it's kind of strange to have me on here, but I want to give you guys an update. I'm Jennifer's husband, Brett. Um, Jennifer had a really, really bad fall Tuesday morning, and so it's been a pretty rough 48 hours. We're going day by day with how things are looking, and I wanted to update you guys because you guys are a huge part of, Jennifer's community, and she adores you guys, and I wanted to have you guys leave your well wishes. Um, we're very optimistic things should be fine. But we just going through this day by day just to see how things are going. So I don't know when our next video is going to be up. But Jennifer would love to see all your well wishes and your prayers. And we're so grateful for you guys as a community for everything you do. And we love giving reseller tools and tips and all that and just helping the community. Thank you so much for all the support you give to Jennifer, and she absolutely loves it. Thank you so much for being part of Jennifer's journey. We'll keep you updated with anything that's going on. Until then, take care of yourselves, and like Jennifer says, happy reselling.
Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. It is time for my weekly What Sold video. We've got 15 items to go over, but only 14 sales. I know, sounds confusing, but I will explain. So stay tuned. We've got $1,369 worth of sales and some serious bolos you're not going to want to miss. All right, guys, so we've got 15 items to go over, but one of them I got to cancel. So I'm going to let you know about that. But almost $1,400 weekend. It started out really slow. So most of my sales came in the last 12-ish hours. But that's all right. That's the slow season. People are broke from the holidays. I expect January to be a little bit slower. So to help that, I need to be in here listing every single day. Today's a new day. I'm also sick. I got a cold. I don't know if I got it at the Great Wolf or where I got it, but we're going to get through this together. And pardon my sniffles and coughs while I am talking, but I am freezing. It's actually starting to get cold here, and the rest of the country is like below zero. So that's why I don't live in the rest of the country. But we are going to be like in the 20s over the next couple nights. Daytime highs of like 50s. That's cold for us. So I am freezing right now because I stood outside waiting at my thrift store and it was, I think, 32. That's cold in anybody's book, right? That's not just Arizona cold. That's just cold. My toes were numb and I have yet to defrost, and that was 2 hours ago. So, all right, we're just going to go over these with you. Hopefully there's a bolo in here that you don't know about already. But I love going over these. So we're going to go in the same order of smallest to the largest. So stay to the end to see the best. But the best is actually the one I have to cancel. So you're going to see the second best at the end. So the one that I have to cancel, I'll start with that, is an espresso machine. It was a Krups espresso machine. Hubby, cue the still. It sold for $200. I paid, I think, 15. What did I pay for this thing? Krups. No, I paid 25. Ouch. I paid 25 for this and it doesn't work. It was at my Goodwill and I know better. I never go to my Goodwill. I never find anything there anymore. Uh, it's just, they're overpriced. They're a hot mess. It's not my jam right now. So occasionally, maybe once every couple weeks, I'll pop in just to see if they missed something and grab it. So I thought they missed this espresso machine. It's a Krups self-grinding, like $300, $400 used espresso machine, like 600 brand new. So I'm like, 25 bucks, I've got to get this. Surely it can still sell for parts, right? So originally I tested it with just water. It dispensed. I called it good. But then I started getting messages about the grinder, if the grinder worked. I'm like, all right, we're going to have to test this a little deeper. So it sold over the weekend before I had a chance to fully test it again. Hubby just plugged it in. We put some beans into it. And sure enough, it's not grinding. So I think that's the part that goes out the most on these machines. So I messaged the buyer. Here's a hack for you, okay? So eBay dings you if you cancel orders because it's out of stock or any reason that you need to cancel an order that's not because the buyer, you get a ding on your account. So I don't want to get those dings. I want to stay top rated and keep eBay happy. So when I found out that it was broken, what I did was I messaged the buyer and told them, hey, I just tested it. The grinder is bad. So the grinder is $50. If you know how to repair it, I will refund you 50%. So instead of 200, they're paying 100, free shipping. So it's going to be like 30, 40 bucks for me to ship this thing. So they're going to get a gonga deal and I get to get out of it with maybe $20 profit, which is fine. I just need to get out of it, right? So I just messaged them saying that I'll refund 50% if you want to repair it. Here's the part. Let me know, or let me know if you'd like me to cancel. And that second part is what's going to be your saving grace. Because if they come back and say, no, thank you, go ahead and cancel, ta-da, the buyer asked to cancel it. So it's kind of a gray area. Yes, I know, but if eBay goes back and sees the messages, surely they asked to cancel it. Yes, it was my fault, but the buyer asked to cancel it. So let's see if they wrote me back. I just got a notification. Yes, message. Let's see if this was them. Good morning. I'm sorry about it. Please cancel the order. So they have asked to cancel it. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel this order, and I'll probably part it out. I'll take a couple of the bigger pieces off of it just to recoup my 25 bucks and move on. It's part of the game, right? Okay, so let's dive into what's sold, because that is why you are here today. Let's go back. Flemmy. Okay, we've got a lens. This was in a box of a whole bunch of different lens parts. Everything got separated. I think I paid like $10 for this whole bag of cameras and camera parts. I couldn't even put a value on how much I paid for it, so I'm just going to say $2. If it was like a fifth of the bag, we'll say $2 is my cost of good. And it's just a Nikon flash that I can't get out of its bag. There we go. Nikon flash, and it has its little manual. So, small potatoes. It sold for 20 bucks plus shipping. But that's all right. All potatoes add up to baked potatoes in the end. Big, not baked. Did I say baked? I don't know. Okay, we've got beauty stuff. Woo! You can't get a video without me dropping at least one thing. That's just what I do. It's what I do, especially when my hands are frozen. All right, Alika Hairful Serum. Brand new, $5 at my bin store, and it sold for $40. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, we've got a drill. This was $7. It must have been at an estate or a garage sale, because that's a weird price. So $7 for this guy, no battery, tool only, Ryobi, sold for $36. So you're asking, Jennifer, why is 36 more than the 40? And it's because of the shipping. So it's giving me the total, it's breaking it down from the gross total. So when they have higher tax or they have higher shipping, that's why it's kind of out of order. Because that hair serum sold for 40, this sold for 36. Yeah, that's eBay. All right, friends, we've got a talking dictionary. I love these. Love these, love these. They sell all day long. They do. I bought a bunch of these one time for $5 each. This time I grabbed one and it was 50 cents. 50 cents at my local thrift. Tested it. It works. And it sold $50. $50. 50. Yeah. Franklin Talking Dictionaries. Serious, serious bolo. And then we've got Raycon. These were just on Friday. I just grabbed these on Friday. $15 at my bins and sold within a day of listing it for $60 free shipping. When I'm talking about my bins, if you're new to my channel, my bins are the Amazon liquidation style stores. It is a private company that buys return bins, return pallets from Amazon, Target, Costco, wherever they can get them, and they sell them at a set price at their bin store. They're popping up all over, but I'm also seeing them go under all over. So luckily mine is still standing, hopefully strong, and they will continue into the new year because I love them. I'll be sad if they ever close. I mean, I won't be stranded because I know how to source out in the wild still, but it'll be a sad day if I lose them. Sad day for a lot of people. I'll say that. Okay, $60. Happy with that. All right, next up is a Charmed DVD collection. This was a church sale, an estate sale run by a church. It was $10. I think I filmed that day. They had two box sets of DVDs. One was Star Trek. Yeah, one was a Star Trek set and one was this Charmed set. They wanted $10 each, so did a quick lookup. This is the only one that was worth grabbing at the 10. I think the Star Trek was worth maybe 20. Yeah, and it wasn't as good of a sell-through rate. So I left that one, grabbed this, and it sold pretty quick. I mean, this only been a few months that I've had this for $60. So DVD sets do sell, my friends, even pre-owned. This is a fun one. This little guy. It is a dongle for a guitar. It is, why didn't I say that? All right, it's Guitar Hero guitar, Dream Gear dongle. So when you have a PS2, this is a 2, might work with the 3 too. You plug it in and it'll talk to your Guitar Hero Rock Band type guitars. These dongles are usually worth more than the actual guitars or the instruments. So whenever you can find these, grab them because they're super easy to ship, a heck of a lot easier to ship than the guitars, and they're big money. So I paid 50 cents at a garage sale and it sold for $60. I'm going to give it a quick bubble wrap, stick it in a poly mailer. Could not be easier. We've got a Napa truck. You'll see in the picture how old this truck is. I've had this for probably 3 years, like early reselling day. Would I buy it again? Heck no. No. All right. I want to say it was either a Goodwill or a Savers trip. The amount of dust on here will tell you how long I have had this in my store. Yeah, I think maybe $10. It's not even in my spreadsheet. That's how far back this truck goes. I was 2 hairs from keeping it for my son because it's always been at the top of our shelves and we have to move it all the time to get to other inventory. And in those moves, I ended up damaging the box. So again, I messaged the buyer. I'm always very transparent with my items. So if something happens to it, either in storage or in packing or any of that, I want them to know so they have clear expectations when the item arrives. So I messaged them and said, due to storage, the front of the box got damaged. And I sent him a picture of this little tear, and he wrote back and said, that's totally fine. So, I mean, if it was a true collector, that is why I wanted to be clear. Because if this is going to be something they want to hold on to for their future retirement, I don't know if these will ever get that much value, but I wanted to be clear with the condition. So if in doubt, message the buyer and let them know that there's a flaw that you didn't notice before or a new flaw or something like that. Yeah, so it's a Napa truck, 2017. I feel like I've had it since 2017, but it sold for $50. 50. Like it's, oh, I'm sore. I'm telling you, this cold is kicking my butt. Sold for $50. So I took an offer, obviously. I've had it for eons, and I think I had it listed at $80 was the going rate. He sent an offer of $50. I couldn't accept it fast enough. So accept the offer, get it shipped. It's going to be a big one, but I've got big boxes, and I cannot lie. So I'm not worried about packing it. I'm just happy to get it out of my store so I can stop moving it and my son can stop drooling over it because he's wanted it. Every time I'm cussing over it that we have to move it again, he's like, give it to me, give it to me. No, sorry. $50 is a lot of money and you're going to play with it for 3 minutes before it's stuffed under your bed. So, sorry, son. You got enough toys. Okay. We've got some Birkenstocks. Birkies are the top bolo of all shoes, in my opinion. Because they are very, very consistent. These are in flawless condition. Like, I would almost say brand new. There's no toe sweat, and there's no wear to the bottom. So, yeah, these are in like new condition. And they were a garage sale. I feel like I filmed there. Yes, because I got critiqued in the comments. I love being under a microscope. So I got critiqued because I did a negotiation on the shoes. We were at $3 a pair for the shoes, and I added one more pair, and all of a sudden the cost average went up to like $5. I'm like, hold the front door. Will you do $3 for that one too? And yes, she did. But then everyone in the comments had to go on a tizzy because I was already getting them for $3. Yeah. Oh well. Here's what it is. So these guys sold for $60. Yes, I could have paid $5 for the shoes, but it was the principle that I was at $3 a pair because I think I had 5 pairs for $15. So that makes it 3. And then all of a sudden she went to $20 when I added one more pair. So that's where I'm like, okay, it's not mathing. Let's recalculate. If it's $3 a pair, obviously I would have paid the extra $2 if she said no, but I was just correcting her math. So $60 plus shipping for some Birkenstocks. We've got a router, Wi-Fi 6E. It's not the latest Wi-Fi, but it's still a decent one. It's the latest of the last generation because we're up to 7 now. So 6E, still a good router. Bins, $15 a day. This was a pallet of just random electronics. No power cords. It was just open boxes, just random electronics. It was a hot mess once they were digging through that. But I did find some good treasures in there. But this one, it was an okay one. I still paid $15. It's brand new, open box, no power cord, sold for $80. Paid $15. It is new. It's just that it doesn't have a power cord. All right. We've got a golf club. Finally moving some golf clubs. We've got a right-handed Odyssey XG putter. And I paid $5 for this bad boy. I don't remember where. Probably a garage sale. Yeah. And it sold for $75 for a putter. Happy with that. All right. We've got a Browning hunting vest. My 40 is showing. Browning. This was at an estate sale that I went back on day 2 because it was half price. I think it was a slow season, so that's why I went back there on day 2. Because normally I don't go on day 2. So I went back on day 2, got this guy for $12. It's a beautiful men's extra large Browning hunting jacket. 'Tis the season, right? Isn't this hunting season? Or are all the animals sleeping? All right, I'm not a hunter. So this guy sold for $75. Pretty happy with that. And I have really large poly bags that this is going to go into. So, I don't think I'm going to box it. It's really big. So I'm going to put it in a poly, maybe double bag it in there, but there's nothing breakable. There's no reason it has to go into a box. We've got a Work Sharp. This one's cool because I was at the checkout in line when somebody put this back. So it shows that not everyone's a reseller at the bins. This guy must have just decided, I don't need it, and I'm going to put it back. It's not worth $15 to him, but it is to me. And this guy here is the Mac Daddy of Work Sharp. These are blade sharpeners. This one is, it is pre-owned. It was used. You could see on the blades, are those called blades? What are those? Abrasives. So the sanding pads, right? All right, so the sanders you can see are used. There's a couple rows of scuff on them, but even used, it still sold for $165. Paid $15 just on Friday. I have another one listed, but it is not complete. It's missing a couple of those sanding blades, and it's missing the little base that it goes on. So I have it listed at like 130, I think, 140. And you just need to get a new base for it. So we'll see. I may end up coming down on that price because if I don't get to find what that base is, I'm hoping today is $5. I'm going to head to the bins after this and see if it's loose in a bin somewhere that I can complete it. Because usually boxes get open and stuff gets spilled. So maybe I'll get lucky later in this week and find the base to it. Then I can complete it and sell it for more. That's what I'm going to do. All right. Then, last but not least, is another Friday find. I love I love selling stuff that fast. So this was just picked up on Friday. I did a live show Friday night going through all of my inventory. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're not, because I do live shows. I've been kind of regular on the Friday schedule. In this last one, I did a couple giveaways. So congratulations to those winners. I'm going to send out the shipping scale and the thermal printer this morning to those 2 lucky winners. So the one of the items that I had drafted while we were live was this Suntoe Zoop. All right, it's a diving watch. It's got fancy names to it. It's a diving watch. And when I was filming on the live, I'm like, okay, it needs a new battery. Maybe I have to charge it. I had to do some more research, right? Well, it turns out I just had to push this button. That's it. It worked just fine. And when I pushed it, it showed a 0 count on the dives. So it was brand new. It is open box, brand new. I took an offer because I'm here to sell things, not hold things. I listed it, I think, at $190, and I took an offer of $175. So $15 off to get rid of it that fast. 100%. I paid $15, and now I've got room for more inventory where this was. Okay, so we don't have to be so tight-fisted when it comes to taking offers if we want to sell stuff. We're not here to get top dollar and hold on to these items for eons like my Napa truck. We want to flip items. So if it means making $10, $15 less than I originally planned, it's still $175 that I wasn't planning for, minus the 15 cost of good. So don't be so tight-fisted when it comes to taking orders and offers. I mean, not orders. Of course we want orders. Taking offers. All right, my friends. I'm going to keep this one kind of precise because I've got a headache and I'm cold and I don't feel so good. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Down in the description, 2 things for you. I've got my BOLO list. Make sure you grab that if you haven't already. Free list of top brands, top items to watch for in your reselling business. And the second thing to grab is the Desert Dashboard. We are now into the new year, and there is no better time to kickstart your business on a fresh foot with new books and new spreadsheets. I have created a spreadsheet just for resellers because it's my spreadsheet. This is up for sale, and you can get it for $10 off by using code DESERT10 at checkout. Makes it $37, and you get this spreadsheet for life. It's going to keep track of all of your deductions. It's going to keep track of all your inventory. It's going to keep track of all your miles and so much more to keep you on track for 2025. So that is yours in the description if you'd like more details on that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy New Year, and I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.